Hey everyone, welcome to another lovely episode of Rise of Nyarlathotep. We are here to unravel the mysteries of Enchantland. Alright, so just before we dive into all this good stuff, we'll go around the table and introduce ourselves. I am Lucas, my pronouns are he, him, and I will be your DM today. Go down to Ian.
Hi everybody, I'm Ian, pronouns he, they. I play Weary, pronouns they, them. Weary is a tiefling artificer who is now technically 1 month older than everyone else was because of a time dungeon, and they're handling it super healthy, in a very healthy way, and just definitely not lighting stuff on fire. Oh no. Let me turn those on. Because
And
I
Meg.
those.
Oh, I got faces switched. There we go. Meg. You're muted.
Okay, every time. Hi, I'm Meg, your favorite hot mess of a druid. So my pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Alora, our favorite little godling druid, and their pronouns are they, them.
And Jess.
Hi there, I am Jess. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Glyph, the automaton rogue, and their pronouns are they, them.
Eve.
Hi, I'm Eve, and I'm all vaccinated and feeling better this week. And I am playing TK37, the enhanced goblin telekinetic super soldier, who is apparently being mind controlled right now. And both her pronouns are she, her.
And Jason.
Hey, I'm Jason, and I'm playing Kritok, the simply superb Plumerian bard. We are both he, him.
Alrighty. So, just starting everything off, the lovely sounds and music and everything you'll be hearing throughout the stream are from Sirenscape. So if you want to make your house sound like a haunted house any other day than Halloween, you have to really think about it, but any other day you want it to sound like a haunted house, hop on over to Sirenscape, get on in there, try out those sounds, and make your house sound spooky. We also are sponsored by Roll20 if you look at the center of the screen there. So if you feel like you want to play games, you still want to stay inside, you're like, oh, I'm vaccinated, but I still don't want to see anyone because I have to clean my house. Well, good news. You don't have to see anyone. You can just go onto Roll20 and everyone can hang out online and play these tabletop games you know and love. So, I did not set up the thing to show the group, what's the word I'm looking for? Inspiration. We have inspiration that you can purchase now with your Dwarven dollars to help out the party. TK and Alora, I know you weren't here last session, so we had one that was purchased that the party used to help re-roll one of their failed rolls. So anytime you roll poorly, and if there is one that's been purchased by anyone in the crowd, then you can use that as like a pool. I will have it set up on the overlay so that you can see how much you have. Right now, we currently have 0. We also still have our traveling merchant goals set up, and it looks like we are at 75% as it streams across my screen. So, definitely check that out, because if we complete that, then a mysterious traveling merchant will come by to get the party some lovely things. So, last time on Dungeons & Dragons, the party had decided to investigate more of Enchantland. Weary was locked in a basement, and Kritok woke up from being splashed by water. Looking over, Kritok saw that Weary was gone, as expected, but Alora's bed was empty and soaking wet. Kritok thought that this was a prank played on him, so he went over, knocked on the other door, and TK and Glyph told Kritok that no prank, they couldn't find where Alora went, and so they were going to start investigating when they saw that TK started sleepwalking, picking up tools and going outside and working on things. When they went outside, they saw that everyone in the town is sleepwalking. They're stumbling around, very like classic cartoony sleepwalking walking. and they're trying to set things up like paint houses, fix drain pipe that's maybe been knocked off by something, and they're on these strange stage while they're keeping this town beautiful and pristine. And Kratok managed to convince the sleeping TK that there was a sign that was in need of desperate repair, and off they went to Good Times, the alchemical shop. Meanwhile, Weary had slowly spun into a castaway state, being down there for so long, and Trevatha, the cleanser, only being awake every now and then. Weary made a deal with Trevatha to help boost up their abilities, including the regeneration, as Trevatha helped Weary confront Caden and try to take them out. So after the 2.5, because one was asleep, they made it to the Good Times. They discovered that in the back there was a wrinkly goblin, like extra skin. You know those dogs. And every time they moved their face too fast, their skin was like a little bit lagging. And so they discovered this goblin. It sung praises of Glyph, the master of the cybernetic mask, and now they have a minion that was named Bulbous Bob. Everyone rejoiced at this beautiful moment, and you learned that Caden was watching from the darkness. As you were getting ready to go back to the front, you heard an explosion down below, like a door just being ripped off and barrels smashing. But from Weary's point of view, Weary's plan worked. You surprised Caden, slapped the loyalty patch on, and as you slapped the patch on, Trevatha slapped them with a fist. That's called a slap punch. As the slap punch came through, connecting with the face, it went and time just rippled, causing a very slow-mo effect that you only see in cinema. So as this was happening, Weary managed to go over to Caden and then got this arcane scrawling put onto their arm as Caden grabbed onto Weary's arm. And then Weary and Trevatha came back upstairs, incredibly hungry, as a month has passed and no food has entered their system. They met up with the other three outside and were given rations, and as you were all exchanging information on what went down, suddenly a large church bell rang, and you saw TK stop what she was doing, all the other villagers stop what they were doing, and they all started marching in the same direction, some grabbing crates, some grabbing wood, and other supplies. That's not where we're going to start our tale, though. Surprise, surprise. I have two people I need to give a little bit of horror to. Let us start with our dearest TK. So, TK, you went to sleep, remembering sleep and just how great sleep was.
I love sleep. Sleep's amazing. I remember all those great times that I went to sleep.
And your murmuring about your love of sleep and recollection of sleep just lulled you into this gentle dreamland. As you start falling asleep, you feel yourself weightless, floating through this black void, and you're sailing, you're flying, you're whooshing through nothingness as you just feel so relaxed. And you stumble into this kitchen, and it's like the wooden floor is like partially done, and it's just void all around it, but this kitchen is floating in this void, and there are 4 chairs. You see your companions are sitting on these 4 chairs, and they're all facing away from you, as they have these bowls in front of them, and you can smell food here.
Am I still feeling nostalgic in this dream?
Not really. No, you just feel relaxed.
She takes a deep... Is there a seat for TK? Or is it just...
When you start thinking about is there a seat for TK, you see just a seat form up out of the wood to sit you at the table.
Yeah, I'll walk over there and pop up a seat. I'm going with the flow right now. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just like, all right, what's for dinner?
So you sit down and a bowl suddenly appears in front of you, though empty. And you look at your friends as they all slowly turn towards you. Their faces are elongated, almost as if they are melting wax. And you see this mouth, it's this empty void. Their eyes are empty voids. Their skin is becoming this pallid gray as they slowly keep turning towards you, reaching out gray, bony hands and bony talons. As they're like stretching towards you, you try to get up out of your chair because whatever these creatures are, they're not your friends, but you find yourself stuck in this chair. And there's these straps on your arms. You recognize them as these medical restraints that were used on you.
I don't like this. This is a bad dream. This is a bad dream.
You slowly look around and see that the whole kitchen fades, and you're in this chair. And there's all these people in lab coats. They're looking around at clipboards, at monitors, looking down at you. You see TK is up on a board, and there's a bunch of numbers and figures written down below it. This one goblin walks on over to you. Their face is a little bit lumpy, as it looks like they almost had experiments done on themselves. They glare into your eyes and go, "Yeah, so it seems that she's awake now, she's coherent. Did you think you were adventuring there, TK? Were you in your dreamland?"
This is still a dream, right?
Were you adventuring
What's
with the
happening?
4 companions there? And these lights are being shone in your eyes, and they're checking your ears, opening your mouth.
What's happening?
That's all a dream, TK. You're actually here right now. You look over, there's 4 other of these large tanks that you recognize that you were in before, and you see each of your companions are in these tanks. You were never out there, TK.
Is she like just furrows her brow? And I think she's just going to try to throw this guy with her brain.
So you reach out to grab him with your mind, and you don't feel that connection, that telekinesis. And the doctor walks down and writes something down. Yeah, you think that you have superpowers, that you're a superpowered person, and you go on adventures with your friends. All dreams, TK. All right, put her under again. You can go back to adventuring now. And then you feel a pinch at the back of your neck as you slowly start to lose consciousness.
I don't like that.
So
He
you
already has a very tenuous grasp on reality.
So you find yourself falling once more through this void. You're sailing through, and you're looking, and there's this reflection, this glittering of water that's a ways away from you.
Like, it's just like it's stomping around up there.
You're stomping.
It's just like kind of like that. It's late at night and you can just see the reflection of the moon on the water type thing.
Exactly.
And not the water itself.
Yeah.
That's pretty. PK's a bit more like. Does it feel like she's falling?
No, it feels like you're flying. Like you have control in here.
I want to push myself towards that.
You look through this watery pool, and you can see the room where Kratok and Alora and Weary were staying. You see that Weary's bed is empty. Alora is asleep and Kratok is asleep. There's a French horn that's on Kratok's chest. But you see something else. There's this large gelatinous mass. It's like a black, almost pudding that is like glooping along, coming to the edge of Alora's bed. It starts rising up, and you see these bits of bones, skulls, and whatnot are inside it. And you see some of the black mass starts like stretching forward, and there's a couple skulls that come together, and they're just over Alora, and they look like they're having a bad dream. And this creature is just hovering above their face, saying, let me get my voice going. The suspense.
Sorry. There's a lot of stomping above me right now.
I found you. I could smell you. You will taste so good, and I will gain your strength. You'll be just like the rest of them. So quick to fade. But your strength will be in me.
And you watch as this other godling is just hovering over Alora.
Yeah, TK's just gonna shout, "Hey, you get away from them right now!" and try to dive through.
So you try to push your body through, but you can only get your arm through. But you can reach Alora.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab them.
You grab Alora and you pull them back through this water. The water splashes out. When it hits this gelatinous being, they shriek and sizzle. This mist starts coming up as they quickly seep down, and you see Kratok sputter awake and like brushing this water off them as the water slowly fades. And now it's just you and Alora floating in here.
Just slap them right on the face. Wake up right now.
You're awake, floating with TK and drenched.
Why are we wet?
I don't know. I'm worried I might be in the tank right now. Look, something weird is happening. I don't think this is a dream, or maybe it is a dream.
Hit me.
TK just punches Laura.
No hesitation.
Right
just a
in
swing.
If this was a dream, I don't think that would be happening.
Look at that, they're fighting. You hear this voice echo.
I hear it or TK hears it?
Both of you.
Oh.
They told me that you were a dream, and what we were doing was a dream. Doesn't make sense to me. But maybe it is. Maybe it's a tank trick. Want to be back in the tube. We gotta get out of the tubes. You were in a tube. Also, a guy was trying to eat you. Weird skeleton mass.
Did he say anything before he was trying to eat me?
Bunch of stuff about like godlings and getting power.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't think we're in a tube. I mean, does this look like your tube?
I woke up, strapped down. Some scientist guys poking at me, saying that all our adventure stuff was a dream. Now I'm here, and I can still hear him talking. Both of you here 2.
Well, I didn't hear anything. I was fine until we wound up here.
You are not fine. Something was going to eat you. Also, you might be in a tube.
How would we know if we're in a tube or not?
Don't know. I thought I was out of the tube.
Your hand starts burning, Laura.
Ow, 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 ow.
Is it a visible thing, or?
You see there's like the handprint that's on Alora, and you see it's starting to glow a bit, like a soft purple light.
What's going on with that? Is that supposed to happen? Is that normal?
Not normal to me. I've never seen this happen before, but it hurts.
I'm gonna hold up.
On it.
I'm gonna hold up this for those who are new to the stream. When I hold up this, we're gonna dip into some good body horror. I don't have my Satan voice going, so I'm just giving you normal safety tools information. So we're just gonna dip in a bit, and when I bring it down, then no more, and I'll give you a TLDR. You two watch as the symbol on Alora's hand begins to peel open. And you see fingers coming through it. Gray fingers. And then it starts peeling open more. And it hurts, Alora. It hurts so much. You watch as it just keeps getting larger and it doesn't make sense. Your hand splits in half as an arm comes out. And it keeps opening wider as you keep watching as a being is pulling themselves through this hand, or the hole that once was your hand and arm, and a being falls out of it. So a being falls out of the hole in your hand, and you recognize the being from the moon. But TK, you don't see anyone there. You just see what happened to Alora. And then Alora's hand and arm went all back to normal. But Alora, you see this being there.
What was that? Are you okay?
Yes. I know we had talked about me summoning you, but I didn't expect to have to give birth through my arm to do so. That hurt. Did you have to do it that way?
They look at you and just slowly nod.
What are you talking about? I brought you here.
Do I notice that I'm on the moon, or am I?
You're
are we
floating
on the moon,
right
or
now.
Are we floating? Sorry. Okay.
You're floating like a void, and you saw that when you were pulled through, you didn't see, but TK saw that the water faded. But now the water is starting to appear, glimmering like a wall behind this person. And TK, you still don't see anyone there, but you do see the wall of water starting to form. And they point at you, Alora, and they point at TK, and they point all around them, and then just a line across their throat.
Are you threatening me?
No?
No. I'm not. What are you talking about?
No, TK, you don't see them?
Who?
And I point to the water curtain. They're right there.
Try to pull them in.
They're floating right in front of you. They're inside the area.
I'm gonna reach forward and hold my hand out to my friend is a loose term, but my friend, and be like, why can't why can't TK see you?
Oh, I see. You called them a friend, but not TK.
You point. The being points at TK and just shakes their head, and the being points at you, Alora, and then pats their chest and then nods.
I don't understand.
They nod slowly at you, looking around. You can hear louder now. All right, I think it's time to move on with the second procedure then. And the being...
Don't you dare. No procedures.
The being grabs you roughly by the shirt, Alora, and grabs TK by the head and shoves both of you through this water wall. And so what happens is all of you are outside right now. You just heard the bell ring. You hear that the people are starting to march out of town. You see TK stop for a second and then just start sweating profusely. And we're going to hold up this one again. We're dipping back in. Give you a second.
Getting all sweaty.
You watch as TK's jaw elongates to an unrealistic amount as TK throws up Alora. So TK throws up Alora. And you see Alora spill out. And you're on the ground. It stinks. It's not good. TK, your jaw clicks a bit. Like you're like, ah. And you're coming to, your vision is slowly fading in. And the three of you are standing there. And you just witnessed this. And TK, you're in control of your body once more.
What was that? What is happening? Or why are you all wet and smelly?
Why was I in your mouth?
Do I
Those
remember
aren't just
that?
mouth fluids.
Or I guess
You
the better question is,
know your
how was
jaw
I in
hurt
your
for a
mouth?
second. Yeah.
I am like twice your size. There's no physical way for me to have done that. What is going on here? I told you something was wrong with Enchantland.
I don't think that was Enchantland.
That was disgusting.
Yeah. Wait, why am I outside?
Is that part of the effects of those drugs?
That you just regurgitate people? I hope not.
And
Don't have a
there's
better explanation.
And there's a moment, and the camera kind of pans over to Weary, who's just like blankly staring and like eating jerky. And they look over and go, Hi, I look like shit. I'm sorry. You both now look like shit. Hi. Say words, please. I've been staring at you all but Tiny for a while, and just hearing your words is very comforting.
Wait, I'm sorry, Tiny?
I was stuck in a time prison for a month. I had to improvise.
Oh, that's neat. You might also be in a tube right now.
Oh, well, honestly, I don't have the capability to deal with the idea that I'm in a tube right now.
Like, this might not be real.
Oh, okay. Oh, what if I never left the time dungeon and I'm just talking to dolls and I've really lost it?
No, you're outside. I'm real. I know I'm real.
Yeah, say
Don't
something
know
say something
this
you
is
would
real.
say, but I wouldn't think about.
I mean, would you think about tubes? I've got tubes on my mind right now.
Okay, I wouldn't think about that. You're right. It's you.
I take off one of my neck gloves and I'm gonna drape it around.
Scarf! Scarf!
Not anymore.
No!
But yeah, I'll take one of my scarves and I wrap it kind of resolutely around Weary, and I'm like, you are no longer in the basement. And then I take another one and I also wrap that one around TK, and I say, as far as we can tell, you are not in a tube. Everything you're all saying is very confusing.
No, we all might be in a tube. I was just in a water world.
I'm not in the basement.
And I pulled Alora into the water world.
Alora, you were missing recently, and your bed was very wet.
They were going to be getting eaten.
Yes, by you,
thing.
apparently.
No, I did not eat you. I pulled you into a water world, which might be inside of me.
Oh.
What
Apparently.
kind of sea world would this be?
Weary.
I fell into that when I was sleeping, and I woke up in a tube room, and all of you are in tubes, and I was getting told that reality was just the tube world.
Can I check you out real quick, TK?
It wouldn't matter if you check me out if this is all just a tube dream.
Okay.
Because that would just be part of the tube dream, right?
Okay, yeah.
Why would the scientists, if they're trying to study the tube dream, why would they tell me that I'm in a tube dream?
Well,
literally a pipe dream.
if this is a test for your dreams and they're studying you, then you should just pretend that they're not studying you so that you don't taint the data that they're trying to collect.
They seem like assholes. I feel like taking the data.
Okay, well, in that case, I don't know, act as if consequences don't matter. Oh, God, I'm really back. Oh.
Yeah, there's no way you would have come up with this.
It just felt so good to say. TK, sure, act like consequences don't matter. It's fine. I just helped. This is Travatha. And I point to the giant, cleanser lady behind me.
Oh, see, if this is a tube dream, she's not real.
No, I think I'm real.
Yeah, you would say that.
But if I was a dream, could I think?
No. Yes, because you'd just be part of our collective consciousness.
TK, I'd appreciate if you don't deny the reality of the only person I've trauma bonded with in the last month.
Fun. If not trauma bonded in the last week, I'm sorry.
I thought it was normal bonding.
No, that was definitely trauma. And I take off one of my robes and I give one of them to Alora because Alora's all wet.
Oh, it's just been trauma all the way down.
What is TK wearing right now?
You don't. Okay, good. I have my normal voice on. You don't have your armor. You're just in you kind of you have your armor off. You're just in the underclothes that'd be beneath the armor.
Okay.
You're still in town though.
Passed out. Yeah, she just passed out in her jumpsuit.
Yeah. You do see that most people are now leaving the town. A good portion of them have headed out.
TK,
What?
you were sleepwalking, and you were helping fix the town. Something nefarious in this town is causing the people to sleepwalk and paint and repair things. And now we just heard church bells tolling, and now everyone is leaving. But we have dispatched Caden, so I don't know if he has anything to do with this.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember sleeping.
Okay, well, I guess... What would be the next step that we need to do? We still need to get to Greenest and take care of everything else, but obviously there's something weird going on here, and I'm conflicted.
All of the townspeople seem to be heading out of town. We could follow them.
Yeah, I mean, Caden's gone, so that's less of a problem. We should deal with this, because if it's gonna fuck up other travelers like it's been fucking up us, I wouldn't feel good leaving things the way they are.
What?
TK is just gonna start picking at the spot where she put the patch on and just start saying, focus on the tube, stay mad at the tube.
There is no patch. Don't feel it. It's just your
Yeah,
skin.
no, I know. She's just scratching at the spot, trying to peel away nothing.
So, if we follow them out of town, will we conveniently pass the Adventurers Guild?
Let's roll some luck-based stuff. Give me a high or low, Glyph.
Low.
51.
Oh no!
It's slightly out of the way.
It's one street over. TK, you are in your underthings.
Got a jumpsuit.
Jumpsuit.
Gotta remember when I got this. No! Don't fall back into it. Stay mad at the tube.
Okay, so I remember seeing all the magic going towards the university. Maybe we should go over there.
Is that
I
where
would
everyone
say-
is heading?
Everyone seems to be going out of town.
We should follow them at a safe distance.
I'd say we should follow them, and if we don't find anything weird, let's stay one more night. And if they do the fixing thing again, we know there's still a problem.
Okay.
All right. So are you stopping by the guild to quickly pick up TK's gear, or are you just going to follow the people?
If it's just a street over, I can run really quick and get it.
That's true. No need to breathe.
Yeah, I'm gonna breathe.
I'll go with Glyph. Safety
Yay,
numbers.
thank you.
Okay.
You have asthma.
Oh, that's right. So you two start racing off towards the Adventurers Guild, and the rest of you start to follow the last remnants of villagers that are leaving. You see they're carrying large crates, and they're walking along wordlessly, just walking down through like this like well-beaten path that's leading out of town. And Alora, you and Glyph, you burst through the Adventurers Guild. You see there's a few passed out people in the commons room. Greta is there holding on to a mug passed on a table. You see Horse Person is over in the little kitten corral and is just sleeping with a bunch of kittens sleeping on them. And there's a few other passed out adventurers. You open up the door and you grab a bunch of TK stuff there. You see it's actually pretty meticulously kept together, just in case TK needed a fight or flight moment. So you grab it all and you rush off to meet up with everyone else.
Okay, real quick. Did Bulbous Bob come with us?
Bulbous Bob definitely followed you, Glyph, but you run a lot faster than Bulbous Bob. So by the time you're leaving the Adventurers Guild, Bulbous Bob is just making it to the Adventurers Guild.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I made it! We're here!
You did. Alora, this is Bob. He was working in Caden's shop. He knew my name and was expecting me.
Praise Master Glyph!
And I want to do the thing where it's like how to talk to a short person, the like lean down. And I'm like, Bob, how did you know my name?
Why, your name is being whispered among all the followers of True Chaos. You are praised. You've been bonded. The mask, it speaks to you.
Ah. And how long
This
were you
doesn't
waiting?
concern you?
No.
And I just turn, I turn really slowly to Alora, like, and then look back at Bob. And how long were you waiting for me?
Just a few days now, I believe. Carry the one. 4 days.
Is that about when we...
Yeah, it's you were in Transmedia at the time, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, and I straighten up. That certainly is a thing.
Hooray!
So, Bob, what is your purpose then?
To serve Master Glyph in all functions, me and my siblings.
I'm sorry, siblings?
Yes, I have 3 other siblings.
Are they all here?
They're in the cave with the disgusting, stinky meatball.
That's
Volcate. Coward.
probably the problem that's bringing out the townsfolk. We should
Coward.
probably. Okay.
I didn't know stinky meatballs had that kind of sway on
Oh,
people.
you three are off.
You're not here.
Going outside of
Oh,
town. Yeah,
sorry. I stepped
it's
out.
okay.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, I'll tell Alora. His siblings are being held captive by some kind of horrible meatball monster.
Disgusting.
Well, let's go fight the monster then and go save your siblings. That would be the right thing to do.
Can you carry me?
Yes, I'll carry him.
I have asthma, so I'm sorry.
You won't. How do you carry Bulbous Bob?
I carry him like a baby on my
I knew it was
hip.
gonna be like a baby. So, carrying Bulbous Bob, their gray robes are flapping in the wind as their arms are around your neck, and you're
The best day of Bob's life.
you're running through, and Bob's going, "I've never run so fast, so free." As you're just floating through, you're running over. You don't really need to breathe, but every now and then you have to slow down for Alora, and then you catch up, and you see that the four of them, the Kratok, TK, and Weary, as well as Trevitha, are following along. And so you see these people are just marching along this path. They're now outside of the town, and they seem to be going towards a small forest. And there looks like there's a fairly worn trail leading in.
Don't mind me. I'll be right there. And I'll take my flower off and just kind of inhale it.
I when we see them like going into the woods, I will put Bob down carefully. I'm gonna say, Bob, follow behind us. If you see anyone coming up behind us, let us know very quietly. Otherwise, if you see anyone but us, hide.
Okay.
Also, these are my friends, so listen to them as well.
Okay.
Kotaku used the second of his little stealth orbs, and he's going to fly up to the tops of the trees and kind of like leap tree to tree and try and be sneaky.
Ooh. So you activate this sphere, and you flap up into the air. Classic bird style, a couple feathers are there. You leap up, and this perception filter goes over you. It's practically impossible to see you, especially at night. You're a black bird up in the trees, and you just start flying along, and you can see this trail of townsfolk all going. You can see like just through the trees every now and then. You can see them going, and they're all heading in the same direction, carrying these crates. And you do see in the distance, there does look like to be a place that they're entering. It's like a cave mouth.
So Kotak returns to the party. It looks like they're all going into a cave.
Yep.
Is that the cave?
Yes. I go in there, get the treat, drop off the supplies.
Do you know any ways to, deal with this sticky meatball?
Death. Death is the only thing it deserves. It
Yeah, that
stood on
tracks.
death's doorstep for so many times. Everybody's been so close to crushing it, so close to ending its breathing, but it still breathes.
All right, we're I guess we're going to kill a meatball.
Hooray! I like this one.
It just occurred to me that because of time nonsense, I've known Trevitha longer than the rest of you, and that doesn't sit right with me. I'm so sorry, Trevitha. I know we
And
really bonded in the dungeon while it's
Yeah.
just really weird because I've been traveling with these people for weeks and I've known you longer than that. It's just a
Well,
lot.
we've been through a lot. Like remember the whole thing, like when those crates kept falling over and like we were dressing it up as Caden and punching it.
Oh, it was a good
Don't
time.
don't fall into a nostalgia trap. Don't.
Oh, that reminds me, because we might die fighting a meatball, I go up to everyone and hand them their corresponding doll of themselves.
What is this for?
I made it when I was going unhinged in a time dungeon.
This is really sweet and meaningful, but I'm pretty sure it might not be real.
Well, I mean, I'm really insulted that you would think that, so I'm gonna take it back.
It's not that you're real. Your feelings about me are real. That's not what I'm contesting.
Oh,
If the doll's not real, give it back.
I want it.
Oh, that's what I thought.
so
Kotaku
because
looks
you
down at
want
his.
it, is it real?
Well, I mean, it could be real once we escape the tubes, if the tubes are real.
We can fight about consciousness and reality later.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go punch a meatball.
Hooray!
You want to
Right.
punch a meatball?
Do I want to
Yeah.
leave this town?
That too.
Kotaku looks at his and says, "Weary, can you make more of these? I can give these to fans."
No, they're not for fans. They were for me to talk to, so I didn't go insane.
Oh, okay.
So you begin wandering, and just a point of reminder, we got another point of inspiration from Shell. So you all have
Yay.
a lovely point of inspiration in your pool. After walking for about an hour, you follow along the obvious signs. Every now and then you find a person who's just fallen asleep against like a tree, and you try to wake them up, or you try to check their breathing. They're fine. They're just not waking up. And you keep following along, and you finally come to this large cave mouth that's sticking out of one of these hills. And it doesn't look particularly old either. And it doesn't look naturally formed. You see the last remnants of people going inside of it. And there's some people that are starting to come out now.
Okay. I turn back to Bob. Bob, what can Volkeith do?
Well, they threw me around. They bit me. They ate my arm. They yelled at me. They can fly. They get in your head.
Do we
Wait,
notice
that's
that
not-
Bulbous Bob's missing an arm?
No, Bulbous Bob has an arm. They can summon things from the ethereal void beyond the stars of incomprehensible horror and timelessness that can try to destroy the very life that you hold dear.
Hey, Trevatha, if that shows up, can you handle it while we focus on the meatball?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of my day job, so yeah.
Oh,
That's
sick.
fine.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
got the incomprehensible star stuff out of the way. We can just focus on meatball.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'll rip it
You're the
apart.
best, Trevatha. Thank you.
Always here for you, Weary.
Oh, shucks.
Let's
Cliff
go
sees them being
inside.
like, Cliff sees them being like buddy and has a weird feeling they've never had before.
Yeah, Tika is kind of jealous too.
It's jealousy.
Alora's just really confused.
You see, like in the corner of your UI glyph that's like downloading jealousy.exe. Just a little
Ooh,
spinny wheel.
Jealousy unlocked. Added
You
to.
have saved Weary's life.
Oh yeah. I'll go up first This went so well last time. Oh wait, I have an idea. What if we pretend we are sleepwalkers?
Wasn't I technically a sleepwalker?
You were, but so you said there were some people who had like fallen along the wayside. We could just pick up their crates and just sleepwalk in.
Just animorphs.
That's a really good plan, Glyph.
That would probably be the most effective, yes.
Let's do that.
All right. You go and pick up these crates. Also, I like how closed captioner can pick up animorphs, but it can't pick up like other words I say. But you start carrying along these crates into this dungeon, and you're trying to mimic this like sleepwalking. Everyone, roll me either a perform or a deception, whichever you'd like.
Oh, I'm bad at both of those.
I got a 28 altogether.
Oh my god, you're all creeped out because you think that Weary might have, not Weary, Kritok just fell asleep.
Oh, hey, I got
Eyes are
16
closed.
total. So not terrible.
What'd you get, TK?
16 total.
Yeah, you're falling right back into it. It's like riding a bike.
Arms out, emo death.
It's a 13 for me.
Okay, yeah, it's looking good.
I got a 21.
Very believable. Now, Laura, what did you get?
6.
There it is.
We're not a stealth party.
You're all walking in, and it's pretty believable, but you keep getting distracted, Alora. There's this cave. As you're walking in, the first thing you notice is very humid in here. It's thick in the air, and it smells putrid. It smells like sulfur. Like it smells gross in here. And you're walking along, and this strange smell is hitting your nose, and you feel the ground of the cave getting soft. And it's soft and warm. And you can hear the distant sounds of water starting to drip as you're making your way now into this spooky cave. And as you're going along, you actually see where the villagers are going. And I can finally use a map. I'm taking you all on a ride to the cave. Boop, 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 boop. Let's zoom out. This might be a little tricky to see. Let me see. Zoom in.
The cave of moisture.
The cave of moisture. So what you see as you're looking in here, and you're all back here at the entrance of the cave. And there's a number of other humans that are walking in and out. What you see going on as you're walking up here is you see, first of all, there's a number of machines that are being very loud. As you come into this area, you see that along the edges of this room is this strange yellowish gas that's being pumped out of each of these machines. You see that in the center there, in this perfect circle, is a wooden floor, like somebody's laid it down recently, too. It looks like it's fairly newly made. These machines, you see some of them in the back are like spitting out this purplish goo that is just going and like seeping in, almost like crawling away off to the side of the cave. You see that there are 3 more individuals, much like Bulbous Bob, that are running around. One of them is at the back dealing with what looks to be a large generator or a motor. TK, you recognize this? Because you've seen, or at least you recognize a lot of Magitech. And you see off to the side, the left hand of the room, there's this massive tank. And floating inside of it is a purple being. They're covered in like this chitinous armor, and they're in this fetal position. And they are just like, their face is down in between their arms and legs. you see floating in the center of all these things is this large mound of flesh. It has this gaping maw. It opens up, yelling, barking orders. These 4 beady eyes are looking out, and its skin looks like it's been patched together, like numerous times it's been severely injured, and they just keep putting on new parts. As this thing is just like floating along, every so often it drifts by the container, and you see that the villagers, they come up and they drop off these boxes, and there's one of the little wrinkly goblin people, and they hold out something, and a villager takes it in their hand, and then they walk away. And so you're seeing this happen. They're coming in with the crates, they're setting them down, being handed something, walking away.
Real quick, Lucas, you need to reveal the map for the players. It's black screen for us.
Oh, is it black for all of you? Okay, give me 2 seconds.
1,
2. Got it. Got it in 1. I should probably close this thing.
I have to refresh the page.
I can reveal the map.
What?
Reveal areas.
Just another fun feature of Roll20. Thank you, sponsors.
Hell yeah.
You have lighting
See,
options.
Look at this. I'm revealing parts of the map. Wow, technology. The world has advanced so far. And we see down here, well, it's because I didn't add lighting effects to our players down here. Otherwise, they would have had line of sight.
Classic.
And it seems that everyone's messing around with the with the little units.
Still not seeing it.
You all don't see the revealed areas?
Nope.
No.
I can see it on stream. It's there on stream, but it is not there for us.
When you click on tokens, though, I found that out the hard way.
I found something by fumbling around in the dark.
You did move around a lot of the tokens. I will turn. This is the lovely moment. Here we go. Can you see now?
There it is.
And you moved around the tokens. See, this is a fun thing.
All the warriors.
And now you've also seen how to troubleshoot when going through here. That's a free thing for all of you. Because normally you'd be sitting here for 20 to 30 minutes yelling at everything around you, wondering what's going on.
Remember, kids, pack your dark vision. You're going to need it.
All right, so you all see these little beings that I'm going to put back. So you see all these things that are around here on the map, and you see all the people are coming up to here to this little wrinkly goblin, and they Sandy, and they're talking. They don't say anything. They just drop off the crates off to the side, and then they're handed something. So what would you all like to do? You're all kind of zombie walking at the moment.
I want to either kind of, because I think I rolled high enough to zombie walk up there. I want to maybe hand them the crate and get whatever it is that they're being handed, or trying to see what they're being handed.
Sure. So you start walking up there, and it all seems good. You're walking up. What about the rest of you? Are you all going to follow along?
Yeah, PK is.
Yep. I want
Should follow pretty closely behind.
All right.
Hopefully we can get the drop on the meatball.
So you're going along. Each Kratok, you set down your crate, and this little spongy mass is placed in your hand. It's like a dark purple color, and it hits your hand. You see it starting to move around a bit, like it's crawling on the palm of your hand.
Ew.
I
Eat it.
kind of. Yeah, I kind of just put it in a jacket pocket and try to forget about it and just walk out.
Okay. And then next up, Glyph, you're handed the same thing as you set down your crate. And you see the little goblin person, as they put it down in your hand, they look up, their eyes go wide.
I forgot.
Oh my goodness! Master Glyph! Praise be!
Oh,
And
I forgot.
you hear the other two going, oh my goodness, it's Master Glyph! And they all start rushing over. And so we'll bring all of you over here as you wandered on over. And Glyph, you are surrounded by 3 of these. And you see Bulbous Bob. We'll add a little name. Here's a tutorial on how to add a name. Put here, and put Bob. Let's save settings. So you have now these 4 little goblin people going, hooray, Master Glyph, you're here to free us! And this shadow forms over you as you look up at the form of Volcaith. They're just staring at you at the moment.
Okay, 1 second. I gotta think about this. Oh, I forgot about the goblins.
Roll with it. Just roll with
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. No. And I flip back my scarf. And I'm like, Volkeith.
Why are you here?
I can play this game too. Hold on. I was told you were mistreating my minions.
Why should you be given minions? You do not deserve that mask.
And yet I have it.
Give me the mask, and you will survive today.
Let my minions go and leave this town, and maybe you will.
Ooh.
I need all of you to make me a dexterity saving throw and then initiative check. As we're entering battle!
Oh,
Oh,
Y'all.
I passed that.
y'all, we really need to win this time.
Yeah.
we
Set it on fire.
really use a win this time.
Keep talking to the monsters. In
That'll be
initiative
a-
combat.
That's fine. I appreciate.
22 for
I
me-
appreciate
for
that this
TK.
monster didn't monologue.
Said it was a deck save, right?
Yeah, so 1 second. Let me
It's deck save and then initiative.
and then
Yeah.
initiative, yeah.
Oh,
Previously, a little spreadsheet for this.
God.
Good times. So TK, what did you have for initiative?
For initiative, I got a 6.
Nice. Weary.
I got a nice clean 12.
Hell yeah. Glyph?
I got a 14 initiative.
Kratok?
6 on the initiative.
Ooh. Alora.
16.
And who got below a 14 on their dexterity saving throw? You all made it?
Nice.
Look
Yeah,
at all
22.
you.
I got a 21.
30-20.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hey.
30, 21. Yeah.
Only half damage. So proud of all of you.
Like I said, we really need a win this time.
Yeah, the second Glyph did that threat, we all were just like, well, get ready to dodge.
Yeah.
And dodge.
We came prepared for Italian
Oh,
food
TK can use the magic, the Zephyr Blade tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Let me send you
hell
that
yeah.
spell so you know what it does.
Oh, I've already got it.
Oh hell
Hold
yeah!
up.
It's a one.
Like
It's a
we're
one
gonna
use,
fight a
but what a
meatball.
time to use it.
So everyone takes 7 points of damage as this dark energy just rips out towards all of you, and it cuts like a knife. It cuts through the air into the stone. You see Trevitha, she actually puts her arms up, and it goes around her. As then she brings her arms back down, looking at this thing, and Volcaith is quite furious.
You brought a fucking cleanser?
Yeah.
Cheap move.
Never leave home without one.
Oh! That's good. I like
What was
You-
in that
Magic
backup
ears.
file, Glyph?
I
Damn.
know. The jealousy file's like, oh no, Glyph's gotta be
Jealousy
real
file,
cool.
the sass.
You watch as this this portal forms behind Trevitha, and this mass of like tentacles and eyes and gnashing teeth come out, and just like they immediately collide as you watch as Volcaith summons something, and they seem to be concentrated on for a moment as we go to Alora.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
So this mass of like tentacles and mouths and eyes just like came ripping out of a portal, smashing into Trevitha. Now they're fighting as you watch the Volcaith summon something, and it is your go.
Okay. I'm gonna. Is the meatball on the ground or is it levitating? I couldn't remember. Sorry.
It's levitating. It's probably like 6 feet above the air, or 6 feet above the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna cast Thunderwave, and use my staff for that. So I'm gonna turn. What color is that? Oh, blue again. So I'm gonna go and take my staff and be like, Travis, no! And then slam it on the ground and cast Thunderwave.
Okay. So what's the radius of that?
15-foot cube.
All right. I will need everyone but Glyph to make me a saving throw.
Oh.
She
I
could
be-
place it where it wouldn't
Yeah.
hit us.
It's from you,
So-
right?
Oh, it
Yeah,
comes
so
from
it's
you.
self and then cube. So that was like I tried to run forward and then cast. So like I
Okay,
moved,
so
like, 10
Trevitha
feet, I
is
think.
here
and then-
with the
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Monstar, and you were whoops. So you were there wherever you
Mhm.
keep disappearing.
Boo.
Okay, so you were there. So you
Yeah.
can move 30 feet. So put yourself wherever you'd like.
5, 10, 15. Yeah, we'll do it there.
Okay. So you bring this staff down. Is it a Constitution saving throw?
I believe too many tabs. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just put this thing here. We'll say this is what's attacking Trevitha. All right. Oh my god. So Trevitha is definitely fine. The creature got a 17. And Trevitha got a natural 20.
Okay, so on a successful save, you're gonna be taking. We'll do. I think it's round up, so 6 damage,
Nice.
and you're not pushed. So still a pain in my butt, but you took damage.
So you hit this out, and this wave ripples, and Trevitha like quickly looks over at you and holds out a hand as once more this energy just pulses around her. And it hits into this creature as it shrieks out in pain. You see little ruptures form here and there on it. And it goes from Alora to Glyph.
Okay.
What shall we do? Hide!
Was that Bob?
That's all of them. They're all like, it's like 4 of them are screaming and scurrying around you.
Okay.
What do we do?
Oh gosh. I'll say, please hide. And let's see. I'm not. No one's flanking him, and he's not surprised. What can I do? I want to. I'll just. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna. Where's my D20? Okay, I'm a mess. Yeah, I'm gonna attack him. I'm gonna draw my sword. I'm gonna attack him once. and then hopefully I'll hit, and then I'll disengage and move. So let's see if I hit. That is a 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Nice. Okay, so that is nice. That is 9 damage.
All right,
And
so
then,
do you have another attack?
if I do my other attack, I can't leave. I can't.
Are you going to say Blork?
What?
Blork.
Or
They're
Blork
not there.
is-
They're like run. I said please hide. Also, he's like 2 feet tall. I can hit over him. He's not occupying the 5 feet.
Wow.
But yeah, I did tell them to hide. I'll attack him, and then I will move. Let's see. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I will move over here. I love rogue tanking. Somebody come help me. And that's all I can do.
All right, so you stab into this creature, and they grumble as this yellowish ichor just like pours down your blade and starts spilling onto the floor. And you quickly just dodge between your minions as you hear Blur go like, "Wow!" as all this is going on, and the other ones are going, "Oh no, run!" As they're quickly rushing around, and it goes from Glyph to Weary.
All right. So you were kind of describing the room. It's got the tube. It's got these weird like Magitech stuff. I see something labeled Loaderbot.
Yes.
How
is
open
Loaderbot.
is that?
You see there is a like the cockpit entry area. It is open right now. The glass case is up.
All right. So, not for nothing, but Weary didn't get to heal after lighting some fires and fighting an alchemist. So I'm at like low health. So I'm gonna run into that Loaderbot and see what I can get done. So 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna scramble past these goblins. 20, 25, and I can just make it.
Roll.
So
So
jump
you
into the Loaderbot.
you hop on in here, and there's all sorts of things everywhere, and you're like touching like little buttons, like trying just to turn it on. Roll me a check for a for using Magitech.
Sure.
That'll be intelligence based.
Oh, excellent. That's a 25.
So you
Well,
find the
if
switch.
it's just intelligence based, then I guess it's like 23, but still.
You find the switch, you hit it quickly, and you see all the lights pop on in here, and you hear... Greetings. Welcome to the Nostradamus Corporation's Loaderbot, where we help you deal with eldritch horrors, one creature at a time.
I thought it was for lifting boxes. That's oddly specific, Loaderbot.
Would you like to hear the manual?
How about you tell me how to run and hit things hard, and I can figure out the rest.
Sure. Let's just quickly step through the safety instructions to ensure that you are qualified to use Loaderbot.
Oh god, okay. I
And
don't
so
have time for this.
the glass case is coming down on you as you're sitting in here, and you hear this bing, and like it starts like coming in with this little screen pops down, like showing you like, have you ever just wanted to use Loaderbot to run over all your coworkers? Understandable, but you're not allowed. And so you're starting to go through a safety presentation.
Amazing. I'm just like clicking skip as like often as I can, like.
Yeah, it's every so often it pops up like, have you already done this? You're like, yes. So you're in there right now getting your your certificate to use Loaderbot.
Oh boy.
And we go from Weary to who has a higher dexterity, TK or Kratok?
What is mine? Mine is 16.
That's mine too.
Roll a d6
You
each.
gotta roll off.
D6.
Yeah.
That's
I got a
one.
Go again.
That's a
Two.
6.
All right. So Kratok, you are leading the charge. What would you like to do?
What do I want to do? Well, Kratok is going to try and use the sleep horn on the meatball.
Alrighty.
And,
What?
and he plays it to the tune of the on top of spaghetti all covered with cheese. So you know the one. Everyone knows
Yeah.
the one.
On
Okay.
top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese.
cheese.
What level
Yeah.
did we say it was? It was 3rd level?
I think you said it's 98. Sounds like a
Yeah.
lot,
All right.
but-
So roll those 98, and basically you're going to be using this. Let me just make sure. Let's see. This spell sends creatures into a magical slumber. Roll to see how many hit points of creatures can be affected. Creatures within a 20 feet of a point you choose. Okay, so you can choose where to place this so that you don't send your whole party into Dreamland.
It'll just be, I guess, targeting kind of like the other side, so it's just hitting our friend Volky.
All right. So roll me those d8 and tell me what you get.
46.
So you start playing this French horn, and the panicked goblin-like creatures all stop and turn towards you, their hands held together. It's so beautiful. Listen to it. Oh, how pleasant and lovely. And you're playing this, and Volkaith looks down at you, and you hear, like, you see, like, the gas, like, come out, like, it's snorting at you. And you see the tank on the other end start flashing as you hear, creature's willpower has diminished. And the meatball smiles a large meatball-like grin.
I have no idea what I just did.
All right, so we go from Kratok to TK.
Yeah. So, real quick, am I actually, this is important because it does affect my ability to attack. Am I still under the effects of the fact, or is TK just being paranoid about falling into nostalgia again?
Your paranoia has outweighed the patch's nostalgic effects.
Okay.
So you're good right now.
So, yeah, TK is, he pulls out the drill spear and hits the switch on it. That is winding up, and as she does, she tosses it up into the air, activates her tattoo, Zephyr Strike,
Ooh.
and I want to telekinetically launch it to just pile drive this thing with as much as possible in one go.
Hell yeah, skewer the meatball.
So, I've never actually launched the spear with telekinesis. What do I roll for that?
All right. Oof. I think you're still making a ranged attack, so you can do that. You're rolling to manipulate your powers. Since this is not a shove and it's not a like boost jump that you're trying to do, so roll to use your powers.
Okay, so for the power boost, that would be a 20 total.
All right, so this spear starts spinning, and you hit the switch. You throw it in the air, grab it with your mind, and then you hurl it forward. Roll me the damage and roll the spear damage twice. Not the spinny drill bit. The drill bit will be once for the damage, but the spear itself.
Okay, well, the drill damage, that's an extra D8, right?
Yeah.
So real quick, I'm gonna roll that, and I'm also gonna roll the Zephyr Strike damage. So that's
Nice,
2d8.
It's like we got a ranger in the group for just a minute.
So Zephyr Strike and the drill, that's 9 total. And 6 total for that. So that's 15 total. It's not too bad altogether.
So
wait. I forgot to add my dex bonus to that.
Yep.
So that, am I adding double that or just the one?
Just the one.
Okay. So that's 19 total then. Or 8. But
So you take this spear and you hurl it forward, and you will watch as TK makes a clear hole through the meatball, and you just hear the like sounds as this drill just goes right through. The creature shrieks. You see the drill itself keeps going, and what is opposite to TK? A large motor. So the drill keeps going, hits into the motor, and you could just hear the sounds of metal being torn as the drill is hitting into it. You watch as this meatball, its like insides are starting to pour out as it's freaking out. And it goes to its turn. You see Trevitha is still fighting this creature, just like punching down on it. The creature's trying to bite through Trevitha's armor. It's like ripping at her cloak and the chains that are around her as she's like pushing it down. And this creature is this large meatball Volcave, looks down at you, TK, as like more of its insides fall onto the ground. Let's get that voice going.
You little shit.
And it goes down to try to bite down on you. What is your AC?
my AC is 16.
It's probably the worst decision it's ever made. I'm gonna eat the person with telekinesis. Alrighty. So, you are taking some damage as I got another natural 20.
Oh, shit. Wait, I can tank it.
I figured as much. I figured you'd be okay. You take 22 points of damage as it chomps down.
Okay, that is most of my health.
And you see, like, it takes some of the earth and everything and starts biting down, and you feel yourself being crunched down inside of it, and it hurts like a son of a bitch. This doesn't feel like the tank. This feels like you're inside something trying to eat you. And you feel it like it's squishing down on you inside, but you also see a very clear hole leading outside. So you are currently in that situation, and we go to Alora. So the meatball ate the goblin.
So the goblin is in the meatball.
Yeah, you can see TK's foot through the hole in the meatball, though.
Okay. Why do you do this?
Who's been there?
Of course, completely changed what I was gonna do because now I have to try and not hurt you.
Go for it.
I'd rather not.
Prove that you're not in the tube.
This is Tube World. It's fine.
No consequences.
Probably a lot of tubes in there.
It's the internet.
It's not gonna matter if I do that one. Okay, I'm apologizing now. I'm gonna cast Flaming Spear.
Nice.
And
Let's
baseball
cook
bat this shit at Ian at the at the meatball, and hopefully kind of not hit it where like in the hole where TK is.
Well, let's see. So is that a dexterity saving throw it has to roll?
I believe so, yes. So I basically end up
It has no bones.
I kind of baseball bat it, so I cast it, and I think that was
Does an
conjuring
8 succeed?
spell. No. So let me get that. Yeah, so you needed to have gotten an 11. So you are going to take 2d6. Let me go digging in my wondrous bag of dice provided by Eris Savad. And for 8 damage.
All right, so you start cooking this meatball, and it doesn't smell good at all. And it doesn't hurt you yet, TK, but it's getting hot in there. You feel it's really warm on, and particularly your one foot that's like sticking out. So you're feeling the heat, and you're wondering why you're in the kitchen. And so you're dealing with that meatball. The flames are going, and then you start seeing this creature starting to come out of the gas near the rest of you, and you can hear this sound as you see more Dwarvens coming out of the gas. They're not called Dwarvens. They're actually called moon beasts. So did one appear? There it is. So you see, like, one's coming near Bob, another is coming out of the gas over there, and you see one is coming out near Loaderbot. And they're just giggling, looking at you with these wild eyes. And they just rush forward. One comes rushing at Kratok, one just smashes into the Loaderbot, and you see one just starts running towards Alora. And it makes it to you, but it doesn't do anything. It's just there, like it's kind of out of breath because it had to run quite a ways to get to you. So Kratok, what is your AC?
You see, is 14.
That's a miss. And the other one, so you're in Loaderbot, and you just start feeling something like hitting along the side, and you look and see a Dwarven 2.0. And Kratok, this thing starts like trying to claw at you. Its tentacles are reaching out to you, and you manage to kind of use the French horn to like bat it away a bit. And it didn't expect to be have a French horn swung at it, so it kind of like stumbles back a little bit. And so from Alora, it is Glyph.
Too many tabs. Okay, I see that. So technically, since TK's inside the monster, that means they're within 5 feet of the monster, which means I have advantage.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. That's
right. Okay.
That is the rules. And
He's
TK is
chomping and
she's putting up a fight inside.
Distracted.
Yeah.
He's absolutely pulled out her dagger by now. Just stabbing and
very
stuff.
much like Drax inside and just going to town.
Yeah. Okay. That being the case, let's see. I want to do. Yeah, I can do that with my short. I want to pull out my other short sword, and I'm gonna try to sneak attack it. Without stabbing TK, if I can.
Yeah, you can clearly see where TK is.
Okay, I can avoid TK. Okay, but I'm gonna try to stab it.
Now if you roll a 1,
that's a 16.
Yep. That's a miss.
That's a miss. Oh.
Do you get advantage because TK's inside putting up a fight? Yeah, rule of cool.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, that one's 17.
That is a hit.
Hey, there we go. Okay. So the first one hits. Second one. Let's see. Ooh, that's much higher. That's a 21. So they both hit. Okay, let me roll damage. Okay. First one is nice. The first one is 13 damage. That was the sneak attack one.
Awesome.
And the second one is 5. And since I hit, I'm going to do a cool rogue thing. But yeah, I like slice some parts of it off. And I want to declare a crippling shot. And it's basically because I made the hit and it would have been, when it was a sneak attack, I can declare it a trick shot and it's a crippling shot. And he has to beat, what was the DC on that? It was 8 plus. It's a DC 14 Dex.
Oh no.
From Volkeith.
10.
Ah, okay. He is his. It's the limb that he's attacking with has been damaged.
You just kind of like
basically.
Yeah,
Oh,
there was a
what?
chunk of the meatball that was coming out that was like, swinging at people to keep them at bay, and you just sliced it off.
Yes, but now the next, he does half damage until my next turn.
Ooh, that will be
Yeah.
handy for TK.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you go to town serving up portions of meatball for everyone. The town rejoices as food is prepared. And it's being cooked as it falls immediately into a large flaming sphere below it. And it goes from Glyph to Weary. So, Weary, you are inside. Roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. Hopefully I can finish up these, There we go. Okay. 12.
Congratulations. You are now certified to use Nostradamus Corporation Loaderbot. Please enjoy this complimentary pin to show everyone on the team that you know the rules of safety and engagement when using our corporation's machinery. Enjoy your murder.
Oh, thanks. I take the pin and I add it to my inventory, and then I hook my, because I want to see if I can do this, because I'm an artificer, so I'm going out on a limb here, but I want to hook my, like, empowered armor, the magical strength armor. I want to hook that to the loader bot so that I can, like, pump up its, like, lifting strength. And then I want to just overclock it so that I can use it to pick up Volkreth and just slam him into like the tube over or whatever, and just like deal with everything all at once and hopefully get TK out of there.
All right. First, roll me a check as if you're using your Tinkerer's tools.
Sure. It's going to be similar to an Arcana, so that's a 24.
All right, so you hook up your fish into this bot, and you see like these like safety levels are all set up along the sides, and you go above them, and you have like a little warning emoji going like, "Hey," as you're going above them, and you start like flicking the switches and just push everything forward as Loaderbot starts like awkwardly moving forward. Roll me an attack roll to hit into Volkeith.
All right. Oh, I might need to use the inspiration, gang, because that's a 7.
We have one in the pool.
I'm gonna use it. Oh, okay. That's a little bit better. That's a 16.
All right. Oh no, you missed
What?
him by 1.
I missed him by 1. No.
You are rushing forward, and you're going towards Volkeith. There's flames that are cooking up underneath it. There's a goblin inside of it that is stabbing away. There's an automata that is like slicing pieces off. It looks over at you as its eyes, these 4 little beady eyes, are growing larger.
Oh shit!
And it rushes upwards as you keep running. And your bot is moving at such an accelerated pace as you have overcharged the hell out of this thing, as you smash into this lovely glass container holding this purple being. You smash into it, and the being, it falls out onto the ground. It looks humanoid. It has these long arms and legs. They seem like a little bit longer than usual. It doesn't have a face. It's like all just chitinous exoskeleton. It's not like someone removed the face. This thing just never had one. And its mouth opens like this perfect maw that's opening and closing as it's starting to breathe the air. And making these strange chittering sounds. And Volcaith behind you just starts getting furious.
You ruined it! My body! How dare you take this away from me!
I look for a speaker button.
Yeah, there's.
Do I find a speaker button?
Yeah.
I tap it. I'm like, I really hate to break it to you, but your body could have used a lot more time in the oven. And I turn the loader bot around, and it's trundling and slow.
So we go from Weary's loader bot move that was so close. So close. And we go to Kritok.
So, we can occasionally see TK, through holes in Volcaith, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to, run up to Volcaith and, reach in through some holes to touch TK to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. You will get an attack of opportunity on you from the Dwarven that was by you. And I will need you to make me a reflex or a dexterity saving throw to avoid the large fire underneath it, cooking it.
The dex saving throw is a 22 altogether.
All right, you avoid that fire, no problem. And the attack coming for you. Oh my god, I'm on fire today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've never.
So is a meatball.
Well, I mean, you take 8 points of damage. Just this Dwarven just slashes across your back, and you can feel blood start to pour out. And it's like, as it gets you and starts tasting your blood.
Alright, well that's a level 2 Cure Wounds, so that'll heal TK 4. Um, 10.
So you feel that healing energy flow into you. And it is your go, TK.
For me. Good. That will put me up to 21, which means I might be able to survive another critical hit, maybe. Yeah, what I want to do is after getting that real nice feeling high five, I kind of want to telekinetically push away in every direction.
Ooh, nice.
Just expanding a bubble.
Yeah, just really anime-esque. Blow this guy up. Roll to manipulate your powers.
This is gonna be fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, shit. That will be a 13 total.
Okay. So you start pushing out. Roll me 2d6. And add your what ability do we use for your powers? This Constitution?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be a 7 plus 5, so 12.
So you start pushing out, and Volcaith is just screaming at Weary about how it ruined everything, and everything has been all the years of research, and it finally found the perfect body. And then Volcaith stops mid yell, and you watch as like a bulge forms on one side. I'm actually gonna hold this up because I want to go all in on this. So we're gonna get a little gross here. You watch one bulge form on one side of Volcaith, then another bulge form, and then it starts forming like pockets, like boils at first, and they grow larger and larger, and then it all shrinks in, and Volcaith almost compresses just for a second, and then bursts out, and bits of Volcaith go everywhere. You got Volcaith on Glyph, we got Volcaith on Allura, Kratok. There's Volcaith for everybody. There's so much Volcaith, you didn't think there was this much Volcaith. So Volcaith explodes in every direction. You're all showered with Volcaith. Everyone is quiet.
Well, except for TK isn't showered in it. She's pushing
Yeah, that's
it
true.
all
TK
away.
is
She's
the
just
cleanest
covered in
person.
spit.
I
So
hit
you see
the
TK
wiper
is
button on the loader.
goes and reveals Weary's disgusted face as Volcaith is wiped off, and TK is just floating in the air. Just you see TK's eyes are actually just completely black as TK is just there. You see this energy is like shimmering around them. The flames that just like part as TK lands down onto the ground. TK, you feel good. You feel damn good.
Yeah. She slowly drops her arms, takes a deep breath, lets it out, goes, hell yeah, fuck yeah, fucking meatballs. Walks over, fucking kicks that weird, like, bug body. Yes!
You start kicking the thing that was in the tank. It's like out of excitement. And the Dwarven 2.0s just stop and they just start meandering back towards the gas. They're just like, well, that happened, and they're starting to meander back, and the four goblin-like creatures are dancing and throwing bits of Volcaith up like it's confetti as they're cheering, and like they open up their mouths to catch Volcaith, and they're all just cheering and yelling about how they did it, and TK, you're fucking just beating the shit out of this person on the ground. You're just kicking them because you're just so stoked. And the person's just going, oh. And combat is over.
The goblins are just dancing around Glyph, and Glyph is just dripping
Oh man.
meat juice.
We did it! Hooray!
I'm gonna run up to Kratok and give you a jar of dirt.
Weary drinks their experimental elixir, which I rolled in the morning, and it was healing, so that's going to be helpful.
Nice.
So you're just sitting inside Loaderbot having a coffee, like
Yeah.
everybody else is out
I'm
there.
considering if Loaderbot is too heavy to fit on the cart, because I want to take the Loaderbot with me.
You see the little goblins are trying to make a snowman right now.
Oh.
I will simply
It
not
doesn't
look at
have to
them.
be a meatball.
Jason,
No,
what's
no,
your
no.
health at?
I'm not
Yield
that
12.
bad. I'm at
That's very good.
13,
Out of
28.
okay.
Now you've seen behind the curtain, Twitch chat.
Oh, yeah.
All has been
I-
revealed.
The jar of dirt I gave you before I had given it to you, I actually turned a little bit darker of a blue and cast Cure Wounds at second level, so that'll give you 12 points of healing.
Oh,
And I just
thank
kind of
you,
like,
Laura.
just like pat it on your back like a little like salve almost. I'm like, there, it'll be okay. Oh God.
Rub some dirt on it.
You've healed my external wounds, but the internal ones from this trauma may never fade.
Do you like a hug?
I want, I don't know, sure.
Oh.
So as
Nice.
all of As all of you stand here in Volcaith, and the trauma is real, and Weary wonders, how much does Loaderbot weigh? And you all are just taking just stock of your surroundings of this weird science cave. We will end today's session there.
Oh.
Yay.
Congratulations,
Good
everyone!
time.
You defeated my meatball.
It was nasty.
Solved your meatball puzzle.
You
you all
solved the
have fun
meatball
today?
dungeon.
Yeah. Oh, I think the purple lizard bug
Yeah,
thing is
meatball.
alive.
Yeah, don't kick it.
So we should probably be like, "Hey, are you good?" After you get all the kicks out of your system.
Yeah. I hope you all enjoyed the adventure of Enchantland.
Look, we really needed a win here.
Mess.
That's important to me.
After you've like set half the town on fire.
It was just one
Oh,
building.
nah, just one building. It's fine. It's
No.
probably fine.
We
Hang
basically
out.
we
You
basically
set a
microwaved
building
the
on
meatball
fire.
for too long.
You set a building on fire in a densely packed district, and then everyone in town left. So
That's
we'll
good.
see.
In
We'll
a
see what
way,
happens.
based on Lucas's lore, Enchantland was a shitty place to live before. We are simply restoring equilibrium.
That's true. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this lovely time. We are going to be hitting some lovely reveals about the Nostradamus Corporation very soon. So let's go around, and if we have any recommendations, where to find us, anything we've been in. I have a laundry list of things, but I'll just try to keep it a little short. So first off, I have been guesting in the No Mercy podcast. I play the hero, which is a skeleton who they were a hero, they died, they got stuck in a tomb for a couple hundred years by themselves, very much the Castaway thing, became friends with a rock, but they got out and they started adventuring. So a lot of fun. Check out the No Mercy podcast. They're a pretty funny group. I also run the Ballad of the Seven Dice. So if you want another lovely, weird, eldritch horror adventure, hop on over to our website, ballad7dice.com, or go on any of those podcatchers. They have the lovely podcast there. You can hear those fun tales. We have a Patreon, which thanks to lovely Patreon support, we have gotten a wonderful new microphone and mic arm for Ian. So you can hear their lovely tones a little clearer. And we got some soundproofing pads for Eve to get rid of that echo. So your Patreon funds really help improve the podcast and the stream. And you'll be seeing a lot more wonderful upgrades. Thank you for all your support. On the Patreon, we also give back. So there's a lot of audio goodies on there, including we are starting a 5-part audio drama mini-series involving the Nostradamus Company and actually involving a lot of what's going on here. So if you want like some fun, like behind the scenes of like what happened with all this, then hop on over to the Patreon. We have already the first 2 parts up about Yulvin and Gusto. So a lot of good times there. What else do I have to promote? There's so much stuff. I'm going to promote a show. I pull out this lovely list here. I listen to so many lovely shows. It's always hard to pick one. Oh, I have this inside out. All right. The group that I am recommending is the Adventure Champs. They are a hilarious group. I've never found a podcast that so perfectly captured the feeling of playing around a table and putting it in podcast form. They break character often to fall into like that banter of like what you would normally do around the table, but they also have a really fun story to play along. A group that we recommended before, the Control Group, Dennis plays in that, and it's just absolutely funny group. So definitely check out the Adventure Champs. All right, I'll pass it over to Ian.
All right, as per usual, I will do my sort of 1-2 punch. You can find me on Twitter at Ian_Caliente if you're interested in no content of worth, honestly. But what I really want to recommend is I GM a game of D&D 5e for a little mini campaign on the Are We Dead Yet podcast. If you can find on your podcasters of choice, it's Are We Dead Yet? It is a wrestling themed D&D 5e like fantasy goofy nonsense fest with talking animals and merchandising rights and +1 steel chairs. Like, it's good stuff. And the first episode's out, and the next episode comes out on the beginning of July. So that's a whole week-ish away. So the 1st of July, you can get that second episode in, learn more about this gang of fun fantasy wrestlers. And then my second recommendation, since I did an indie RPG last time, I'm going to do another one. There is a Powered by the Apocalypse style game that I really enjoy that I've played a good amount with like my IRL group called Demigods. So if you look up demigodspbta.com, it'll take you to their little page that explains their game. You can also follow the creator on Twitter. It's a guy named Jason Mills with the at It's Probably Okay as their handle. So you can check it out. I know the main completed rules are they had a really successful Kickstarter, so those are going to be sent out soon, and the finalized rules will be available pretty soon. But you can download the Quick Start for free. It's really fun if you like Percy Jackson, or being a demigod of something. You basically get to embody a demigod in the modern day and make some bonds and fight monsters and stuff. So it's a good time. So that's my 2.
Awesome. Meg.
Hey, what's up? I'm Meg. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants, and I'm gonna boost Utopia again. They've been doing some fun Pride stuff. They just got to go over a new game coming out, Archon, and then they also got to cover the new game that's going to be on Kickstarter called Tidebreaker. So they got to have a lot of fun testing that out, and I think they're live on a rerun right now. So if you missed all that fun stuff, go ahead and hop over. And that's where I'm at.
Awesome. Jess.
Yeah, I don't have a Twitter. I do have an art Instagram, art_fantastical. I've been posting art of characters from this show, so if you like that, go check it out. And I just want to give a shout out to my friend Hazel, and their internet handle everywhere is Hazel, all lowercase. Their Twitter is at a few bruises. They are they do everything. They have a music label, and they're a musician, and they're recently been making YouTube essays, and they do a lot of analysis of trans characters in media and in anime, and it's really cool. And their newest video is not about that. It's about this really weird manga that's really cursed. And if you're into cursed media, go check it out. But yeah, Hazel's great. Give them a follow and enjoy some cursed YouTube videos.
Awesome. Eve.
Hello, you can find me over at Copper Harpy on Twitter. That's Copper as in the metal, Harpy as in the bird monster. And my recommendation for this week is a movie that I just recently saw called Wild Zero, which is a 1999 Japanese zombie movie about overcoming internalized transphobia through the power of rock and roll. And yes, does feature a rock and roll wizard. And it's amazing. And it's very stupid, but in that perfect way. I can't describe it's very good, and it's on YouTube, and it really shouldn't be, and you should totally not go watch it there because that would be a crime.
So I'm definitely
Heads
watching.
up.
I'm definitely watching this movie later. And Jason.
Don't watch it on YouTube where it's free and available.
I will not be going on YouTube on my TV and watching this movie for free. That's for sure.
No, is this about it for me?
Jason.
Hey, I'm Jason_42 here and on Twitter. Without stealing too much Lucas's thunder on this one, we hit the traveling merchant goal. Thanks to everyone that contributed towards that. That's pretty neat. Looking forward to seeing what kind of wares they have. And in a actually not sarcastic and condescending way, I recommend going outside. A couple weekends ago, I got a nice sunburn. So if you're borderline translucent like me, don't forget that sunscreen. And yeah, just have a good time. I think we could all use more time, get some more vitamin D, get rid of those bad brain goblins going on as things open up, and just have a good time in general. Anyways, thanks for coming out, everyone.
Definitely get that vitamin D. You need to have some sunlight in your life. I saw it once, and I found the sun was really great. So highly recommend that. We did hit our merchant goal. So in the next session or the one after that, we will have the traveling merchant show up. Who could this character be? I suppose we'll have to see. We are also, I just found out, we're like 2 subs away from unlocking another emote. So if you feel like hopping on that bandwagon or just using your Amazon Prime and tossing something our way, then by all means. I also found out if you earn that free money on Google Play, apparently you can use that too. So, rad as hell. Thank you very much for coming out here and supporting the show and watching us destroy a meatball. We hope to see